and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today I'm going to make a goat milk soap using this fragrance from Wholesale Supplies Plus, patchouli and linen. Oh, this is right up my alley. I love earthy, woodsy scents, and the linen, what does linen smell like? It's a fabric, but it has this sort of freshness behind it. It smells great. So the reviews on this says that it doesn't cause any acceleration or separation, but it discolors to a yellow tannish color. That's okay, because you know the patchouli to me is an earthy scent anyway, so if it's not a bright white, I'm cool with that. For the color swirls to represent my patchouli, I am going to use Magic Mushroom from Nurture Soap, and I love this color. It is it has a brown tone to it, but it's also, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a beautiful sort of rich brown with almost a rusty overtone. I love it. So that's going to be my patchouli part swirl. And then for the linen, I was thinking blues, but next to the brown, I'm going to use Synergy from Nurture Soap. This is just the most fabulous aquamarine sort of blue, bluish green. It's gorgeous. So I thought these two together were going to be awesome. So that is going to be my color swirls inside this, and then I will leave a portion uncolored and just let it naturally discolor with the fragrance to whatever it's going to do. I thought if it goes yellow or tan, either one is going to complement these colors, and it's all going to be gorgeous. So it'll be a goat milk soap, and I think I'll just do a scoopy top. I'm sort of formulating, but yeah, we'll know when we get there. I have not used this fragrance before, so we'll see how it behaves when we get there and what we can get away with and what we can't. I may do it in the pot swirl. Oh golly, I'm sitting here thinking it through. You're coming along with me. Let's make some soap, some patchouli and linen soap. So I've got all of my oils and butters all melted together and cooling here, and I'm going to add my additives to the oil portion. Let me see. This fragrance does have a 1.4% vanillin. So after I split out for my colors, I may add a little TD in there just to keep it on the light side. It says it discolors to a very light tan. Here is my goat milk. I'm going to do milk in oil method with goat milk today, which means that I water discounted this volume from my lye mixture. So I have a very, very steeply discounted lye mixture cooling off, and there is my goat milk in there. And now to my oils, I like to add my additives, which is my colloidal oats, 2 tablespoons of colloidal oats, and 2 tablespoons of kaolin clay. I thought about it, and I think I'm just going to do an in-the-pot swirl with these colors because they're so pretty together. And I have these jojoba beads in this beautiful lagoon green, so I might put about a teaspoon of those in the uncolored portion with the TD just to bring a little, you know, green speckles. I thought would look really pretty because these are sort of an aqua-ish green. I just thought it would look pretty, so we're going to try them. I haven't used them before, so let me get the dry additives and goat milk blended in here, and we'll get going when our lye is cooled and ready to move forward. Okay, I'm ready to add my very steeply discounted lye mixture here, which has cane sugar, silk fibers, and sodium lactate in there. And I am just going to be gently getting this up to emulsion with a little pulse with the blender and stirring, and then we'll split off for our colors and get to our in-the-pot swirl and all the goodness. Haven't decided what I'm going to do on top of this yet. I'm keeping my options open. I'm going to see how this fragrance behaves. I have the fragrance off to the side. I will add it after the colors are mixed. So just stirring and pulsing. Make sure all the corners get blended. it's the next day and I can't wait to get in here and see how this came out. Let me just tell you, this fragrance smells amazing. It is very strong even after saponification. I did let this go through gel phase. I watched it, you know, with the goat milk, I want to be careful, but I like my gel phase, so I covered this with a blanket and it smells great. I did come in this morning also early and steam the top. So just so it has that glossy look. It wasn't any soda ash, but it was dull and I just wanted it to be bright. So that is a steamed top is what you're seeing, that shine. And if you haven't seen my earlier videos, it is just a clothes steamer from Amazon. Link is in the description box below, and you just plug it in and steam the top and it just brightens it right up. Okay, let's cut off my little end sample piece, and every time I cut, I make sure my wire is nice and tight. It helps reduce the little bumps that you can get from a wire cutter if it's really tight, and then when I'm done cutting, I loosen the wire, the tension on it, so that it lasts longer. So I kind of tend to do that off screen, but I figured I'd show you. Oh, cool. Loving these colors. Well, there's just something about a in the pot swirl. It's random and you never can tell, and I love it. It's like a little surprise every time you cut a bar. I'm very happy with these, and the uncolored portion will probably get a little bit, you know, more beigey, but I think that just goes along with it. Patchouli and linen to me has sort of an earthy maybe feel to it, so I am loving these. I'm also really enjoying the milk and oil method. It's just a little simpler prep. I can add the lye to the water faster, and so I have really been enjoying that to, you know, still get all the wonderful goodness from the goat milk that, you know, I like and that my customers like. These are so cool. I'm just loving it. That Synergy from Nurture Soap, what a fabulous color, right? I love that color. And the Magic Mushroom, of course. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's got a little bit of a, not an adobe color, but you know what I mean? It's got a little bit of a rusty to the brown, which I love. It's not just a straight up brown. And these smell fantastic. This is, it got good reviews on scent retention, and I can see why. These are, it's really nice. If you like, you know, earthy, sort of musky, masculine fragrances, but this one is a little brighter. The linen does lend like a crispness to it. It's not just, you know, it's not smoky, but if you like more earthy scents and patchouli, this, I think you'd really like this fragrance. I know I do. Some people are kind of, you know, sketchy about patchouli. It gets a bad rap. I think there were some really cheap patchoulis in the 70s and people have a bad association with it. But a really good patchouli scent, especially when it's complemented with something else, I think it's really nice. So if you shy away from patchoulis, I would challenge you to give it another try. Don't give up on it. So, but you know what? If you don't like it, that's fine too. I'm not trying to say you have to like patchouli. But don't give up on things too quickly. Some scents, you know, can grow on you. I don't know. Fragrance is one of those things that is so particular. People are very strong opinions. They really like what they like. They really don't like what they don't like. So, and it's individual. you can never guess what somebody else is going to like, their, you know, what their nose favors. And I'm not really picking up the little jojoba beads that I put in there. They're very faint, if you can even see them at all. So they kind of got lost in here. I think in the future I will use those in probably a white soap with more plain, or save them for bath bombs or something else, because I feel like they kind of got lost in translation here. And they're so cute, and so and they're not, you know, inexpensive, so I think I will use them in a different soap. Like if I was doing layered and one layer was a solid light color, they might stand out a little better.